Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends to go over the new tournament you might have seen in-game. It's going to start in 2 days from now. It's running Dragon's Lair with the Galen Pact. And the Galen Pact is comprised of 4 different factions. It's Lizardmen, Ogren Tribe, Orcs, and Skinwalkers. And we'll see what I want to do is go through there and look at what champions will benefit us to go through the run. But keep this in mind. Do not waste any materials to level up some champions that that you're only going to use for this, that you wouldn't otherwise level up, because the rewards are never that great. It's only one tournament. We get these tournaments every 2 days or so. We get a new tournament coming. The last time they've had these, the rewards were not, even if they are good, who cares, right? It's not worth stressing yourself out and going to level up champions just to compete in it, I guess. The most things you want are just the side rewards, right? Just the guaranteed rewards on the right. You're not worried about winning your bracket. You're not worried about winning global. You just want to come in here and have a decent time and just do 20. Like, you want to do 20. Also, don't drop down. Stay with 20. You want that 5 and 6 star gear. Otherwise, I feel like you're wasting your energy. It's not worth it. The rewards we're going to see soon. So we'll see whether or not you really want to do it, but we do have 2 days to prepare. So within those 2 days, I want to see what kind of champions, what kind of teams we can come up with, right? What are some good teams that don't have legendaries? Obviously, you're seeing me run through here with Draco Morph, Rosin Scarhide, which is great. Broadmaul, which is really good. He's a fusion champion level 50. We can use Broadmaul. You could actually use him to help get through here. That will work. Let's go over here and look and see what our options are, what kind of cool teams we can build, and if it's worth it. Is it really going to be worth doing this? Again, don't stress yourself out. So here it is. The Galen Pact has 4 factions. This Talarians has 4 factions. Down, we got the Dwarves with only 1, so I doubt they're going to do anything with Dwarves anytime soon, since they don't have 3 other factions, but maybe they'll include them in here. So Ogren Tribe, Lizardmen, Skinwalker, and Orcs. Orcs, we know we have Zargala, we know we have Seer, which is amazing, but since we don't have Mausoleum Mage, what are we going to use for buffs to steal? To do that mass amount of damage that Seer does when we steal that. So we need to find out who can really buff us up. The saddest thing is that, to do Dragons 20, we're not going to really use a lot of Spirit Champions. We can use Spirit Champions, but they're going to weak hit a lot, especially if there are debuffers, if they are our poisoners. And what really surprised me is that we can only use these factions, and that any of our epics and rares that do a lot of poisons, they're all Spirit. Everything that we have for that are in Skinwalkers, and they are both Spirit. Steel Skull and Fane are both Spirit champions. Now, if you want to try it out. They are going to get weak hits, but they're not always going to get weak hits. You might be able to get some poisons in there, enough to kill the dragon. Issue with the dragon is you have to come in there with mass damage, or what you want are poisons or damage based off of enemy max HP, because once he inhales, you got to get him out of that. Otherwise, he's going to obliterate your team, especially once he gets down low on HP. He hits really hard. It's not a good day for us. We do have Taurus, and Taurus with Broadmaul might work, right? We could put up the poisons with Taurus, though he does kill himself, right? He gets himself really low. We can put up these poisons if you have one. I have 2 at level 50. You don't have to take them to 60. You just got to do accuracy gear on them, because we're not going to get an accuracy banner because they're going to be level 50. We're not going to have that unlocked, but you can do that. You can bring him in there, but will he survive to the boss and then do what he needs to do? Broadmaul might help you with that. Broadmaul is really good for faction wars as well for Lizardmen, and he's a fusion. He's a fusion champion that we can get. So out of there, I guess they might have picked this because there's fusion champions in here that we can fuse. We can come over here and get Rosin Scarhide, which will help us. We can get Broadmaul, which will help us. But I'm telling you right now, I don't know if Rosin is strong enough. I've seen him solo dragons before. I don't know if all Rosins are strong enough to be able to do enough damage once the dragon inhales. I've seen him kind of like solo it. So I don't know. We'll have to try it out. We'll have to see what we can do. Let's go back to the factions. But as long as you have a Seer, and again, don't let this stress you. Guys, if you don't have the right champions to do this, just try it out. You'll see what the rewards are. If you miss it, you miss it. Big deal. The new one comes every 2 days. We don't have to worry about it too much. Obviously, Void champions are going to be good. So no poisoners here. I don't see of any poisoners, and I don't see of anybody who's going to do a lot of buffs. If you have Zargala, bring her in there. AoE decreased defense. It's going to help do more damage with Seer. When she drops that Karma Burn, doing damage based off of enemy max HP, that'll be great. Not a lot of buffs here. Obviously, all the legendaries are going to be good. Robar is amazing. Every single one of these legendaries, if you want buffs to eat with Seer, bring in Angar. He brings plenty of buffs. Same thing with Warlord. He's going to bring AoE decreased defense. So if you have him leveled up, use your Robar. Tila's going to do some buffs. Hey, she's going to do a lot of buffs too, so that would help out. So bring in Tila if you have her along with Seer. That will be cool. And then any of these, all these legendaries will be great. But I really want to find a way to do it without a lot of legendary champions. Did we get a lot of buffs? She's just going to extend buffs. She's not going to bring us a lot until we drop down below for the ally protect. The rest of these won't. No. I mean, they're all right DPSers. We've got ultimate G, but burns aren't going to kill the dragon. They're not going to do it. That's the issue. Killing the dragon. And being that it's spirit for our best poisoners, they're going to get weak hits. That's bad. And this guy, I don't know if anybody has ever tried Yaga the Insatiable, but hopefully you don't have him leveled. Don't try to level him up just for this. Believe me, you'll never use him again. He's not good. Yaga is not that great. But if you have him, you could use him. And if you have your Taurus, you could try to get Taurus to the boss. We could bring in that Broad Maul if you already have him leveled up to 50 to revive people. So we can have him, Broad Maul can revive 2 champions and put that block damage on. So maybe that will let us get Taurus through to be able to kill the boss. I don't know. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. Because I know there are many ways we could get to the boss, but once we're there, the dragon, we got to get him underneath that inhale before he just kills our whole team. And I think it's going to be difficult. We can't just bring in any DPS and hope to damage the dragon enough. Unless you have a lot of DPS and really good artifacts, and you've got a way to decrease defense for sure. We could bring in these. We could bring it. There's our damage right there. We could bring him in for some damage. Brachus. Like I said, the legendaries is not a hard play. All the legendaries are good. Are really good. Even if you wanted to get through the waves, you could bring in Gnarlhorn because he's not going to do damage on this. He can still provoke everyone, put up the unkillable, and at least get you to the boss, and then he won't do anything. But if you want to do that, you could. I'm sure there's some other rares that do poisons, but again, I'm not going to level up, and I wouldn't level up some rare just to get some little poison. Yeah, that's not going to work. That poison's not going to work on that one. Lizardman, of course. All these legendaries are fantastic. You could use those legendaries. Even this, Jarek will help you out with a decreased attack on the boss. Maybe get you some heals. I don't think it ever works out well. These 2 DPSers are good as well. Broad Maul, Diffusion, Jizzo, I wouldn't bother with those. Some rares, there aren't any like really good poisoners, right? I mean, again, I would not try to level up somebody who has something like this. It's not going to work. It's not going to be worth it, and you're going to be really disappointed. And it's going to be gone. Like, the event's going to be gone. You didn't get anything from it, and then who even cares after it's done? I would bring in Belor. So bring in Belor. Belor is amazing to get through the waves and to help us out with the dragon. Decrease attack, decrease defense. And then the thing is right here with Grush the Mangler, you can still use him. That leech that he applies, he actually applies this first without doing damage. So you can, it's the only champion that does this. So he can apply it without doing damage, get that leech up, and then he goes in and attacks afterwards, which is really crazy. And then for these, all we have to do is critical hit one person to get the additional. Attacks all enemies, buff on all allies. Get the additional buff if we just crit one, at least one. So we'll get some glancing hits where we can't crit, some weak hits, but then sometimes we'll crit. So we'll at least get this heal, he'll stay alive, he'll get the leech up. So Grush the Mangler, use him, use Bellower with your stun artifacts to get all those debuffs up. So that's easy time through the waves. We'll get some heals when we're at the dragon and get that leech up on the dragon. We'll get debuffs up on the dragon. We'll get the decreased defense and decreased attack, which will keep us alive. Now we just need a way to beat down the dragon. Skull Crusher can help you out. Obviously, if you have Skull Crusher, a great champion to have. We've got Shatter Bones, decrease the turn meter, can help us out in the waves, but this isn't going to do anything to the dragon. We can't decrease the turn meter on the dragon or slow speed it. So not my first pick for that. And the rest of these are all spirit. There we go, Man-Eater. If you want to bring in your Man-Eaters to help you out, you could bring in that, but we can't steal turn meter from the dragon, but we can get these debuffs off and place the unkillable. So that might be an option for you guys. Let's roll it with Zargala Seer. We've got Grush, Bellower, and Steel Skull to see if we can get up enough poisons. And if we don't get up enough poisons, maybe we'll be able, and we're going to get buffs to eat. That's right. So is he going to give us buffs? He is? Okay, good. Let's see what Seer does. Drops the wave. Perfect. Okay. He's giving it, Seer, Steel Skull's giving us the buffs to do it. Let's do this. Zargala, we need her to come back around. That's fine. We've got regens up like crazy. We're about to just slow people down. And we should be locking him up with Bellower. I think he still has his stun set on him. He should. See that leech? I love the way he puts that leech up where we can't get a weak hit. He puts it up first. But he's the one being attacked because he's low. Ow. Okay. Do we need him? I mean, it'd be nice to have his heals. It'd be nice to have his heals on the dragon. But I don't know if we need him right now. Maybe. Let's see if we get through here first. Okay, they're going after our piggy again. If we would have wrapped up some more guys in stuns, we wouldn't have had that issue, but that's okay. Maybe we just need to work on some speeds. We just threw these guys in here to see what they could do. Okay, good. Come on, let's go. Let's go. We're at the minute mark already. And we're getting up. We got up 2 poisons. I'll take it. I will take 2 poisons on the boss, along with maybe Seer dropping the Karma Burn. No, not there. Not there. Not the Karma Burn at that point. We need it at this specific time. See, I think this is going to be hard, right? Don't you guys think that this one is pretty... Without legendaries, this one's going to be pretty difficult? With the rares and that's kind of weird. I don't know why they... I don't know if it's the company's fault. I feel like every time they do something, it just kind of backfires. Like they bring out a champion. It's great for Fire Knight, but it's the wrong affinity, right? It's the weak affinity. They bring out something like this, and they've picked this faction with Dragon, and we don't have any good. The good poisoners are the weak affinity, and I feel like I don't know if they're messing with us or what. I think it's just bad luck. I think every time it's just bad luck. There we are. We're getting up some poisons. Oh, we could have brought in Skull Crusher, right? We could have brought in the counterattack along with Ally Protect with this team, and that would have worked out well. Garush is good too, but like right now, if we had counterattack, that would help us get up some more damage and some more debuffs. Would help us out a bit. Although it looks like we're kind of okay. No poisons again. Weak hits, weak hits. We've got enough accuracy. We're just waiting on it. Nope, weak hits, weak hits. It's not coming through. It's not coming through, ladies and gents. I don't know if we're going to make it. Oh, Seer's down. That's it. We're riding on Steel Skull now. That's all we're riding on is Steel Skull to get up. There we go. Okay, we got to decrease. There it is. Steel Skull, this is you. You got to put up like about 4 poisons right now. One's not going to do it. And the dragon's going to blast us. Okay, we survived. We're tanky enough. My Great Hall's good enough. My gear's good enough. Can we... Stop. Just put up poisons, man. Stop healing people. There we go. We got 2. We got 2. We can make it. We can do it. Come on. One more, Piggy. One more. We're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna do this. But come on. You think I'm gonna run a tournament like this? Give me a break. Not gonna happen. All right, 3-minute run. There we go. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you think about the tournament. I just think we've got some bad luck with this faction with poisons. Let me know your teams, and I will see you guys all on a video soon.